Welcome to the windswept heights of Mount Gilboa. Below us stretches Emek Yisrael, the Jezreel Valley, a region steeped in history and fraught with tension time and again, including Shmuel Aleph Perek Chavchet, where Shaul faces not just an imminent Plishti invasion, but a personal and national crisis. The Plishtim set up camp in Shunem, right across the way in the Jezreel Valley, at the foot of Givat HaMoreh. They've chosen this location carefully. It's a strategic crossroads, controlling the routes between the coast and the Jordan Valley. From this very spot on Har Gilboa, Shaul could see their forces gathering, a sight that must have struck fear into his heart. For Shaul, this wasn't just a military threat. It was the threat of losing everything he had worked for, the fragile unity of Shivtei Yisrael. The Plishtim gathering in Emek Israel was not by chance. The valley below is not only beautiful and crucial for agriculture, but also essential due to the roads crossing it and connecting through it. Trade and military campaigns would need to cross through this valley, and as such, controlling it was key towards controlling the land. But it was more than that. By positioning themselves at Shunem, the Plishtim threatened not only Israel's northern territories, but its unity. If the Plishtim succeeded, it could fracture the nation Shaul had fought so hard to unite. This wasn't just a battlefield, it was a symbol and part of a greater strategy. Emek Yisrael was the meeting point of the Shvatim, a place that had to remain under Am Yisrael's control to ensure their cohesion as a nation. Shaul's choice to camp here on Har Gilboa reflects his desperation. High ground offers a defensive advantage, but from here, the enemy was still too close for comfort. Again, each side by a mountain with a valley between them as they prepare for the battle ahead. In his desperation, Shaul sought answers. He couldn't consult the Urim V'Tumim. His actions at Nob had severed that connection. Shmuel, the Navi who had once guided him, was gone. And so Shaul turned to a source that he himself had outlawed, Ba'alat Ha'ov in Dor. Shaul dressed up, as we know, in hopes that the Ba'alat Ov wouldn't recognize who he was. Perhaps there was another reason as well that becomes clear as we stand here and look out over the natural background in which the events played out. Endor lay to the north, past Har Tavor, on the far side of the Plishti camp. To reach her, Shaul had to take an enormous risk. Perhaps he also disguised himself and traveled at night as he had to cross enemy-held territory. Imagine the tension of that journey, moving quietly through the dark, avoiding detection by the Plishti patrols. This wasn't just a physical journey, but a symbolic one. Shaul, the king who had tried to eradicate witchcraft from Israel, was now forced to seek it out. He'd relied on such omens in place of listening to Hashem and heeding his Navi. Now, he would have to do anything to hear from Shmuel just one more time. Shaul often gets a bad rap, and yes, he made mistakes, but we can't ignore his dedication to the unity of Israel. His life's work was to bring the Shvatim together, to create a nation that could stand against its enemies. This parak grants us a glimpse into his heart, his fear, his desperation, and his unwavering commitment to his people. Even in consulting the Balat Ov, he wasn't seeking personal gain, but answers for the nation he was trying to protect. In the end, when Shmuel's spirit tells him that his time is up, it comes with a glimmer of hope. Shaul and his sons will fall in battle, but he'll join Shmuel in the world to come. This recognition reflects the greatness of Shaul's mission, even amidst his failures. Standing here on Har Gilboa, where Shaul's story reaches its tragic conclusion, we're reminded of the complexity of leadership. Shaul's journey reminds us that despite our flaws, we can still fight to leave a legacy of dedication and unity. Imagine Shaul looking out over the valley at night, the torches of the Plishti camp glowing ominously in the distance. He wasn't just the king of Binyamin, he was the leader of a united Israel, and now that unity was at risk. What was going through his mind? Perhaps he was weighing his options. Should he retreat to safety, perhaps preserving his own life and that of his sons? Or should he move forward knowing the odds were stacked against him to protect the unity of the nation? Shaul was no stranger to sacrifice. Throughout his reign, he had worked tirelessly to unite the tribes, a task fraught with challenges. And now, at this crucial moment, the very thing he had built was hanging by a thread. Despite it all, knowing the fate that awaits him and his sons, he prepared to head out to fight until the end for what he believed in.